Hey, last time we looked at R'hllor, we looked at what was believed about the religion and who worships it. Today, we're going to have a look at how one goes about worshipping R'hllor and see if we can get some fire magic going. So, as in any religion, there are practices and prayers to follow. Followers of R'hllor pray before a night fire, thanking R'hllor for ending the day while beseeching him to bring the dawn and banish the darkness. The night fires are lit at sunset, and prayers continue for more than an hour afterwards. Fires are also lit each morning at first light, where the red priests welcome the sun. Other priests might attend to their fires during the entire night. A common phrase of prayer is, "The night is dark and full of terrors." An example of a prayer sequence is the call from the preacher being, "Lead us from the darkness, O my Lord. Fill our hearts with fire, so we may walk your shining path. R'hllor, you are the light in our eyes, the fire in our hearts, the heat in our loins. Yours is the sun that warms our days. Yours, the stars that guard us in the dark of night." The response from the worshippers being, "Lord of light, defend us. The night is dark and full of terrors. Lord of light, protect us." The call from the preacher then being, "R'hllor who gave us breath, we thank you. R'hllor who gave us day, we thank you." The response from the worshippers being, "We thank you for the sun that warms us. We thank you for the stars that watch us. We thank you for our hearths and for our torches that keep the savage dark at bay." Okay, so we have our basic prayer there, but what about anything specific, like if I get into trouble and need to pray for more? Red priests might also pray before a trial by combat. The call being, "Lord of light, look down upon us." The response, "Lord of light, defend us." The call, "Lord of light, protect us in the darkness." The response, "Lord of light, shine your face upon us." The call, "Light your flame among us, R'hllor. Show us the truth or falseness of this man. Strike him down if he is guilty, and give strength to his sword if he is true. Lord of light, give us wisdom." The response, "For the night is dark and full of terrors." And what if I want to get married? What's the R'hllor wedding customs? Oh God, I hope it's not a red wedding. During one example of a wedding ceremony, a red priest or priestess recites ceremonial prayers, which are answered by the wedding guests. The priest and groom await the bride by a ditch fire. The bride is escorted to the priest, who first asks the bride to identify herself, and next asks who comes to claim the bride. Both bride and groom are asked whether they will share their fire with their spouse-to-be, to warm him or her when the night is dark and full of terrors. Bride and groom are to leap over the ditch fire together, to emerge as one. Following this, the groom removes the maiden's cloak and places the bride's cloak around the bride's shoulders. Following the ceremony is the wedding feast. That sounds pretty similar to Westerosi weddings. Northerners do it in front of a weirwood tree, and the faith of the 7 wed people in septs. They all do the cloak thing, but this one has a ditch to jump over and risk burning yourself. What if I die? Priests of R'hllor believe that life is warmth, and warmth is fire, and fire is God's and God's alone. When a person has died, he is said to have ascended to the Hall of Light, to sit beside the Lord. The death rite administered by priests to the deceased is known as the last kiss. The priest fills his mouth with fire and breathes the flames inside the deceased person, down his throat to his lungs, heart, and soul. All red priests are required to perform the rite. Breathes fire? That sounds magical as heck. If I really worship R'hllor, can I do magic too? Red priests are trained to see visions in the flames of their night fires. These visions could be about the past, the future, or things happening far away from the location of the priest. Visions cannot always be seen in the flames, however, and even though they believe their visions are never wrong, it is not always easy to see the vision. It takes years of training to see the shapes beyond the flames, and even longer to learn to distinguish visions about the past from visions about a certain future and a possible future. Even after such long training, it remains difficult, and priests might still err in their interpretation. Many priests have been brought down by such incorrect interpretations. R'hllor is also said to give his priests the power to see through falsehoods, as the other servants oft hide black hearts in gaudy light. The priestess Melisandre claims that shadows are servants of light and children of fire. She does not feel the need to eat food, believing that R'hllor provides her with all the nourishment she needs. Melisandre believes a lot about shadows. She even manages to birth a shadow child for Stannis to be able to breach Storm's End. But that's more shadow binding, a skill learned in a shy, not something all red priests and priestesses can do. But what other magic can a red priest do? Some red priests, including Melisandre, claim that glamours are given by the Lord of Light to his servants for them to use. Glamours make the object of the magic appear different to the observers, although the object does not actually change its shape. Glamours are strongest when built on a particular object or body part belonging to the person, which the illusion will resemble. The object of the glamour wears an item to maintain the spell, such as a ruby, or perhaps a moonstone or a bone. Sorcerers usually need to study for years before they are able to create a glamour. Damn, it looks like I'm gonna have to study for a while because a red necklace just won't cut it. Next time we look at R'hllor, we're going to be looking at where we see it in the story and its influence. What do you think of all these red priests? What do you think they can do? I mean, are they just tripping on their own influence, or can they really see in the flames? Because I think there must be some kind of link between glass candle magic and their magic in seeing in the flames, but I'm just not sure what that is and what the missing link is, or what the right spell is, or which flame to look in to find the answer. What do you think? Let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and have a good day. I'll see you next time. Cheerio. Oh yeah, and the Patreon going live soon. The link will be in the description when it is, and keep an eye out for a community post. Cheers. She even managed to birth a shadow child to enable Stannis